In Canada, Tzu Chi volunteers in Surrey held a Lunar New Year event. In addition, another Lunar New Year celebration was held at Coquitlam Tzu Chi Academy. Both events attracted many Westerners to participate.
Children are wearing traditional Chinese clothes, and adults are sharing the meaning that each food item symbolizes during the Lunar New Year.
Tzu Chi Academy enabled us to pass down the cultural spirit of Chinese people and our humanitarianism. I feel very happy.
Coquitlam Tzu Chi Academy welcomes the Lunar New Year, and some alumni return to school to perform the story of Nian as a shadow play.
You
can only learn about the shadow play and Jingsi aphorisms in Chinese school, so we're very glad to be able to share these with them. Tzu Chi Canada chapter hosted a winter aid distribution, and this year they've once again received winter shoes donated by an international student.
The touching memory of giving winter shoes to people in need is still clear in Ali Fu's head.
Tzu Chi volunteers have moved me deeply when seeing them kneel on the ground to teach African friends and impoverished families to put on their shoes. They not only helped them, but they've carried their boots for them. It was impressive to me.
Ali Fu from Mongolia connected with James Wan, a congressman in Burnaby City, the Canadian Community Service Association, and Tzu Chi Canada chapter through the internet. They've joined hands to do good deeds.
I'm glad Ali Fu found me, and we got to launch such a meaningful activity last year with Tzu Chi's help. We've witnessed how much effort Tzu Chi put in to deliver these snow boots to people in need in the community.
They hope that the snow boots could keep their recipients warm in the cold winter, and the selfless love can continue to spread.
In Canada, Tzu Chi volunteers from Burnaby cooperated with the high school to raise funds and buy gifts for the underprivileged families. This year, they also delivered gifts to 10 of the most impoverished families. Besides the gifts, they've also brought these families boots donated by entrepreneurs. Upon getting the name list from the school, Tzu Chi volunteers have prepared gift baskets to be delivered to families in need. This year, they are also delivering new boots donated by entrepreneurs. On snowy days, being able to have boots is considered a luxury.
This is same size as yours?
This one is my size, yeah.
For many years, Tzu Chi volunteers in Burnaby have cooperated with Burn Creek Secondary School to raise funds to buy gifts for underprivileged families. The volunteers even deliver gifts to 10 of the most impoverished families. In the harsh winter, the volunteers' gesture of kindness have warmed the hearts of underprivileged families. The Tzu Chi Canada chapter has been working with the Salvation Army in providing vegetarian lunches for both the low-income families and the homeless population for more than 20 years. During the holiday season, the volunteers also offer gifts to individuals at a drug rehabilitation center.
For people in the rehabilitation center, to be loved, trusted, and forgiven is the most important encouragement they long for while trying to get back on the right track.
Thank you so much to all of you. You really make a difference for people who feel not cared about.
You will give me cry.
Well, it's true. There's a lot of pain. There's a lot of pain and addiction.
Good times always come from good hearts.
Jingsi aphorisms are the gifts Tzu Chi volunteers always bring to the drug rehabilitation center. These words of wisdom are like a spring in the desert for these rehab residents, giving them encouragement. In the cold winter, Tzu Chi Canada chapter also went to the Salvation Army Service Center to cook hot vegetarian meals every second Friday each month. They have helped countless homeless and low-income people for the past 20 years. Volunteers hope that they could at least give them positive encouragement. In Vancouver, Canada, a team at Chinese medicine doctor went to visit the indigenous population in Seaboard Island Band. They've treated approximately 1,000 people, and it has been a huge success in helping the region in their long-term medical needs.
Around 2-hour car ride from the Tzu Chi Canada office, you can reach the Seaboard Island Band. It is not really an island, but actually just located in a remote area. The tribal chief is very grateful for last year's Tzu Chi Free Clinic services.
Due to history, many people would resist Western medicine. They accept TCM service, which emphasizes natural therapy and mutual existence of human and nature.
A village of 1,000 people is in need of doctors. They are amazed by the acupuncture performed by TCM doctors.
Right here, I come right here, and touch.
There was a 92-year-old grandmother who came to the free clinic. Thanks to the free clinic doctors, she was able to see for the very first time in years.
There needs to be a distance established for her to see clear. This will help her to start making sense of the words.
Starting in May, Tzu Chi's TCM doctors will serve at the local clinic on 2 Wednesdays in a month. By doing so, they hope to safeguard the health of the indigenous population of Canada.
A new milestone has been reached with Tzu Chi's overseas medical mission. After 5-year preparation and construction, Tzu Chi Canada chapter collaborated with the Humber College in Toronto to establish the Tzu Chi Clinic of Traditional Chinese Medicine. The inauguration ceremony celebrated this groundbreaking institute in Canada. Not only is it a teaching facility, but it also serves as a fully functioning community clinic that will serve the greater Toronto area.
It's not important the number of needles or where the needles need to be administered. It's how can I make them feel at ease, giving me their full trust with their body, mind, and soul.
Tzu Chi took root in Canada 26 years ago and made a connection with both the indigenous tribes and mainstream society by way of traditional Chinese medicine services. The Tzu Chi Canada chapter collaborated with Humber College to establish the Tzu Chi Clinic of Traditional Chinese Medicine.
Working with the Tzu Chi Foundation, we will also provide the community with access to regulated, high-quality traditional Chinese medicine therapies and elevate the standards of practice in the field.
This clinic will be a clinic of love, where students will learn, will experience, and from lots doctors.
Covering an area of 4,204 square meters, it is attached to the Humber College campus. It includes exam rooms, a pharmacy, both clinical teaching and observation rooms, the complete package. It is not only a teaching center for the medical students, but it's an actual clinic that is open to the general public, serving as a community clinic for the greater Toronto area. This is one of Tzu Chi's new overseas medical clinics. It's also a giant step forward for traditional Chinese medicine. This is a start to a solid foundation of both holistic and humanistic medical services. The 2018 Parliament of the World's Religions is taking place in Toronto, Canada for a total of 8 days. During the opening ceremony, a 5-minute teaching from Dharma Master Zhen Yan was broadcasted to all the attendees. It was a grand gesture in sharing Tzu Chi's missions and how great love transcends all borders. Five minutes of the teachings from Dharma Master Zhen Yan was broadcasted at the opening ceremony of the 2018 Parliament of the World's Religions, Toronto. The theme surrounded Tzu Chi's disaster relief efforts in Indonesia over the years and how a Buddhist organization has worked in harmony within a predominantly Muslim country.
Master Zhen Yan's work is well known around the world. Tzu Chi Compassionate Relief is one of the most respected organizations in the world because they spread compassion to the neediest people in disaster areas in their time of greatest need. Because of this great compassion, the people and the governments around the world welcome them.
At the 2018 Parliament of the World's Religions, religious representatives from various countries and regions each shared on stage.
It's not easy promoting vegetarianism, because most of us grew up with the habit of eating meat. But the key is to persist.
My teacher, Dharma Master Zhen Yan, always say, when something is right, just do it.
In May of 2016, a devastating wildfire swept through Alberta and Saskatchewan, destroying over 2,400 buildings in Fort McMurray and resulting in nearly 100,000 people evacuating from their homes. After the emergency relief phase, Tzu Chi donated $680,000 to support the Leader in Me program for over 5,000 students in Fort McMurray. The program helps children cope with post-traumatic stress disorder and teaches them ways to build resiliency.
We see the leader in every student, which is the core philosophy of the initiative. Tzu Chi Foundation is helping us nurture and grow these leaders. Thank you again for your most generous donation and for your commitment to our students. What a difference your organization will make to Fort McMurray community's rebirth and rebuild. Thank you.
For all the kindness and the compassion and the donations and all the love that our community has received. But that makes this gift even more meaningful because the impact of your gift is going to impact our community for generations. It really is. We are growing good citizens and is going to add to our ability to be resilient and stable.
Very rarely give anyone the key to the city. We save it for very special occasions. But the generosity is Tzu Chi's Foundation and everything that you've done, we want to recognize that and thank you. And once again, we would want you to pass that along to the Master. And thank you again for all the generosity that you've shown our region.
Okay, thank you. We'll share this with Master.
Thank you very much. Thank you.